Kairi is walking in the rain, just getting off a late night shift at work. Her legs are incredibly sore from standing in the grocery store she works at, living in the small town of Creston, BC. She usually walks home at night, but she decides a bus would be better.
I'm really hoping it gets here soon.
She says to herself out loud, not bothering to cover herself from the pouring rain, putting her jacket hood up at most, looking down at the ground while walking to the bus stop.
Kairi!
Kairi snaps back from her trance of watching the rain hit the pavement as she hears a familiar voice. Her friend for years now, Max, who she never gets to talk to, with them both being so busy. She waves as Max walks closer from where she called from.
Hey, Maxie. Good to see you. How you been?
Can't complain, I guess.
She responds, looking into her bag as she looks for something she wanted to give Kairi.
Here, you left this at my place the other day, and kept forgetting to call you about it. So I put it in my bag in case I ran into you while I went out.
Kairi takes the necklace from Max and puts it in her pocket.
Oh my god, thank you. I was wondering where I left this.
No problem. So what's on the agenda for you? I imagine just going home and resting?
Yeah, pretty much. Work has sucked. Been working a lot of late nights at the store, which wouldn't be so bad if I also wasn't balancing classes from home.
Max gives Kairi an empathetic look.
You should see if you can take some time off when you can afford it. You'd be surprised with how much stress goes away when one of the things you balance goes away, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Kairi is cut off by Max's alarm.
Oh, I gotta get home. Sorry to cut this short.
What's the alarm for?
I don't like being out after 10. Strange things happen at night. So I like to be inside early. A curfew of sorts.
Ah, that makes sense. Wish I could be home around then, but I get to live on the other end of town. Lucky me.
She replies sarcastically, waving goodbye to Max as she leaves for home. Kairi hears a strange, faint sound. Before seeing the lights of the bus approaching, seeing Rob, who she's become very fond of, talking with him on her trips home, as he's always on the evening trips. She starts to run to the stop, realizing she stopped to talk to Max a block from the stop. Rob stops the bus at the station and waits for her.
Hello, Kairi. Busy day?
Kairi gets on and gets her wallet out to pay the fare. She sits down and is far less chatty than she usually is with Rob. He makes no comment on it, assuming today was rather rough on her. She finally speaks.
Hey, Rob.
Yes? What's up?
How have you been? Anything new going on?
She asks, wanting to break the silence.
Not really. Well, not new with me. But have you heard anything about some missing people recently?
Kairi thinks for a moment, a little unnerved, hearing this news in her town.
I haven't heard anything. That's scary. This is multiple reports? Not just one?
Yeah, plenty, which possibly means someone... Oh, never mind. Let's not think on this too much. Your stop's up ahead if you weren't paying attention.
Oh, thank you. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Get home safe. Tell Via I said hi.
Will do. Have a good night. Get home safe.
Kairi walks down the street as the bus departs from the stop. She thinks about what Rob said on the bus, about those disappearances.
Is that why Max goes home so early? Or is she just doing that in case of something like this? I have to stop thinking about this before I panic. I need to get home.
She gets to her door and pulls her keys out of her bag, opening the door and walking inside. Dropping her bag on the floor and walking into her room, changing into some comfier clothes and laying in her bed, drifting off to sleep.
it's me, Maiden, the director of this project, but you knew that. I know this episode was a bit shorter than I wanted it to be, but I was so caught up with other things I was doing at the time of writing this episode that I didn't have time to expand on this, but I guess you can see this as sort of like a pilot to see if this series is going to be even worth like continuing, you know? Because the other videos I've done like this, I haven't done anything like this, but the other audio projects have done pretty well. But this is the first of hopefully a few bigger projects with a bigger story to tell, and not just a small story to tell in that small time. So hopefully this can be something more, and hopefully it's something you want to see, because this is a story that I want to tell. I try to make this more interesting of a pilot with a couple things that you might have heard back there. But this was just to set up everything, because later on it's going to get interesting. It's going to get crazy. I have plans. I'm excited. I'm writing the next episode right now too. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I hope you'll enjoy what's to come. Thanks for listening, and good night, Kairi. Sleep well.